All right, so in this video, we're going to cover support and resistance. So first of all, support. So support is an area where price drops, but struggles to break any lower. So if you just look at price here coming down, then it stops at this point. And then what happens is at this level, the buyers have then took control. All right, so the buyers have took control, pushed price back up, creating this support. And resistance is where price rises, but it struggles to get any higher. So the buyers have been in charge here, but then the sellers have took control again, pushing price back down, creating this resistant level right here. So you've got your support, and just think of support as underneath. You're supporting the weight of something. So your support is underneath, but you can also think of it as a floor. So support is your floor, and your resistance, just think of that as the ceiling, because it's up high, it's on top, so it's a ceiling. All right, so support, resistance. And as you look and this happens, you've got price pushes down, buyers take control again, creating this support level here. And then sellers are back into control, pushing price down and creating this support level here. I have actually drawn some stuff on the chart. There is quite a lot, so just brace yourselves. And just to mention, support and resistance levels can be seen in range in markets and in trend in markets. So remember, trend is that diagonal trend where price makes higher and lower highs and lows. Where ranging is where price kind of fluctuates between a zone, and there's no really clear identification to say that the buyers or sellers are more in control than the other. So obviously we've got the buyers in control, sellers in control, buyers in control, sellers in control, buyers in control, sellers in control, creating this lovely zone right here. And then again, we have this zone here. So are you ready for the drawings? So obviously what you've got here, you've got your support and your resistant levels. And as you can see, I've got both lines that I've placed as well as boxes. So these are classed as zones. So a line normally hits on an exact price, whereas your zone just kind of gives you more of a wider area that, you know, price may come towards. So it's definitely probably wiser to create zones when you're drawing your support and resistance, but if you want to put the lines on there like me as well, then you can do. Okay, so let's just have a little look and we'll go through each one. So remember, we've got the support, we've got that floor supporting price up. So you've got price comes down, and then the buyers take control, creating the support level. Price moves up, but it fails to go any higher, creating this support level. Now, this is already a support level, so it's making the support a little bit stronger right here. And then the sellers take over again, push price down. We have the buyers pushing price up and breaking the line, but still within the zone. And then we have price pushing, and then we have the sellers taking control again, pushing price down, back in this support level. All right. So these are the areas that traders may look and say, well, this is a previous support zone, so I'm now going to wait until price comes back to this area so I can get in on a buy. And that's exactly what creates these movements. Okay, and then right here you see a breakout, which, like I said, there will be another video on breakouts and fake outs, where sellers have actually managed to break through this level, and maybe because, you know, there wasn't enough buyers, or there was just more sellers than buyers, so it's broke through this. Then we have a few buyers, but sellers again regaining control, pushing price even lower, making this new support level. Okay, so just to let you know as well, when you have your support resistance levels, when you have a support level and it breaks, it can then become your new resistant level. So I'm going to show you that right here. So you have the support level here, where price broke, and then the buyers came back in, pushing price up, creating this resistant level, which was once the support level. So this support has now became resistance. And that's what traders look for as well. So because sellers have broke this structure, what normally sellers wait to do is for price to retrace to this area to now get in, because it's went from ranging to creating somewhat of a trend. Okay. So this would have been an area that traders would have looked for to sell, which clearly did. Sellers took control. And then, of course, because we've got this previous support level, we would have had buyers waiting for price to get to this level to get in on a buy, which they did, pushing price back up to this level again. And then we have the sellers now, because this is a resistant level. This is an area where people have sold. So it's a level that people would have looked at to then sell, which again, they have, pushing price even lower again. So support and resistance really are just levels in the market where, you know, price retraces, where price changes direction. And you can also say these are pivot points. So if you were doing it on a trend, you've got price coming up and then creating a resistance level where, you know, there's no more buyers or there's more sellers taking control, pushing price down. And then you might get to a level where, you know, the buyers want to get in, pushing price higher. And again, sellers control, and then buyers. And then what happens with this is now you've got resistant level here. Oh, that didn't work. You've got a resistant level here. And then price is pulled down, creating a support level. And then price is pushed up, creating a new resistant level. And then its price pulls back down, usually, not always, but it will come down and use the previous resistance as now support. And of course, the same in reverse. If you had a downtrend, for your sellers, you got some buyers, got sellers taking control, and buyers and sellers and buyers. So what's happening there is you've got support, resistance. Remember, because it's the floor, the bottom, the low is your support, and the high bit is your resistance. So it pushes down, creating support, and then it comes back up, creating resistance, but usually around the same area as the previous support. So these are levels that traders will look for. So what's happened is prices broke out of this support level, and then the buyers took control, and the sellers are trying to wait for a good entry. So usually it is at a previous support level. And like I said, not always, but because there's a support there, you know that that's where the market's changed, and that's where traders are looking to get in when they're trading support and resistance. Let me just clear all them ones off. And the same when you've got a ranging market as well. So I'll draw that on as well. So you've got price coming up, creating resistance, coming back down, creating support, coming up, creating resistance, support, resistance. And then what traders are looking for normally here is some people will trade the range and they will just be buying, selling, selling. As you can kind of see over here, more so buy, sell, sell at these levels. Okay, but then what people normally look for is a price to break out, retest. Remember the trends I've just showed you before? So now we're out of a range and we're now in a trend because we've got a higher high. So when price comes back down, normal traders will be looking to buy at this point. Okay, and then up, create that new level. So I hope that's all clear to understand, and there will be a video on breakouts and fake outs, and obviously how to trade, or what traders are looking for rather in breakouts and fake outs.